Hello there! Today is Wednesday, April 1st. That means day one of Q2. Today I want to tell you about a woman who has been a game changer for me. When I first started in business, I had really no idea what I was doing, like everybody. And I joined her Facebook community because I was looking for Facebook communities to be a part of that had other business owners in it, and I was honestly looking for Facebook groups to find clients in. That turned out to not be the reason that I stayed. The reason that I stayed was for her coaching and the way that she talks about sales. Her name is Anna Frandsen. And she has really supported me in the last few months. I think it's been more than 6 months that we've been working together now, in really working through some of the mindset pieces that I struggled with. So I joined a program of hers in September, October. It was called Sell with Heart. And before then I had just been in the community learning from her free coaching that she does. She goes live quite regularly and she runs challenges. That's one of her favorite things to do in the group, is to run challenges. And I felt that those challenges supported me, or they allowed me to think differently about my sales process, and so I really liked that. And so when the opportunity to do Sell with Heart came up, I wasn't totally sure, to be honest. I wasn't sure, but I had a chance to chat with Anna one-on-one about whether or not the program was a good fit, and I thought it was, and it turned out to be the case. Sell with Heart, I'm not, I don't know what the word is, but Sell with Heart, I enjoy the way that Anna thinks about sales, and she comes from a therapy background, which means that she's got a unique ability to be able to get you to answer your own question. So I had a lot of trouble with sales in the beginning. I think that's a common thing among small business owners, but I had trouble, like the biggest thing for me was quoting somebody on the phone, which seems like such a small thing, but it was such a big deal for me. And I knew that was the issue, that sales was the issue, because I was like, okay, I'm getting people are aware of what I'm doing, and I'm able to talk to people on video calls, like they're interested enough that they want to talk to me about maybe having getting my services from them or for them. And I would get on the phone with people and I'd be like, yes, this is great. I love chatting with people, and I could solve their problems, and that was really cool. We'd chat about what their needs were for their accounting or their business in general, and I was able to solve their problems. And then we got to the end and they would be like, great, how much does this cost? And I would be like, that's a good question. I never considered that. I didn't say I never considered that, but that's how it came across. That was not a thing that I had ever thought was going to be asked of me. And so that's really where it started to break down and fall apart, was in my process there. So I knew that I needed help with that, and Anna was really good about not just saying, okay, how are we going to be able to quote people on the phone, but backing up and really understanding what the cause of that was. And it's not that I necessarily have a hard time telling somebody a price, which it's still hard for me, but it's got a lot easier because of all the work that we were able to do to get to a point of being able to sit confidently and just say, this is how much it costs. So that was something that I had tried to solve on my own. I had tried to put my brain to it, and I am the kind of person that really enjoys teaching themselves. So I did my degree online. Most of the CPA courses. They're not really courses, but like the modules were done online, and so that's a very comfortable space for me to teach myself. And I got to a point where I knew I have reached my limits. I cannot teach myself any further than this. I couldn't figure it out, and I accepted that I needed help. And in talking with Anna, she was able to really get me to start from the beginning, which is I didn't even know where the beginning was. And so in doing that, we really started with nailing down an offer, which turns out is like the most important thing in sales. If you don't know what you're selling, you're going to have a hard time selling it. I know it sounds simple when I say it, but understanding that when you're in the weeds of your own problem is a really difficult thing, or at least it was for me. It was difficult for me to understand, and so she was really, really good about being able to pinpoint where the problem was, and it was certainly not something that I would have guessed. So yeah, game changer for me. She was so kind and invited me on her podcast. We we shot it, we didn't shoot it, we recorded it. It's called recording when it's sound. We recorded it about 6 weeks ago, and it just released yesterday. And I'm super excited about it. It was so much fun. It was fun to really chat with her about our work together, because as you go along and you do things and you're in it and you're chatting with somebody, you sort of are going through that journey, but it's really fun to sit with the person that's been teaching you and just look at the whole process and say, look where I started, look at all the things I figured out, and look where I am now. Because when you're on a business journey, I think sometimes we forget to stop and look back, because we're always looking for a destination in a sense, but it's not a destination journey. It's not a place that you get to. It's just a continuous improvement. So sitting with her and looking back at the last 6 months with her, but we chatted all the way back to when I first started the business about 1.5 years ago. And yeah, I'm excited for you to hear it. I have posted a link to the podcast in the description, and I've also posted a link to Anna's free Facebook community. I strongly recommend that you go and join it. It was the beginnings of big change for me. And when I joined, I didn't know that was going to happen. I mean, obviously I didn't know that was going to happen, but you join some Facebook communities and you're like, yes, this is amazing, like I'm in. I was like, this is going to be useful, but I didn't really understand how useful it was going to be. And she's got new stuff that she's doing all the time. She goes live regularly. And I know she even, like yesterday, I think it was, released social media templates. I also, I should mention, I took like social media course with her just this last little bit, and it was really a very different way of looking at social media writing than I had ever thought about before. And we did 6 weeks of content planning where we were posting twice a week, and we did it in less than an hour a week. And that was crazy to me. Less than an hour a week, you could do 2 posts a week. And it was a lot of free writing, and I actually enjoyed it, which was surprising. So check out our podcast episode. It's my journey supported by Anna, and how Anna's really helped me in that. And join her free Facebook community. It will surprise you. I would love to know just questions. Do you have questions for me? Leave them in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.